So I said screw it and did it.
No way. Did they actually accept that?
Well, yeah, I mean, what are you going to complain about? It's a perfectly reasonable and thought out project.
Even even the human experimentation part?
Look, I'm not exactly biology material, so I'm just making the best of the class. They teach us about radiation poisoning and natural defenses like the P53 gene, and I wonder, what would happen to someone if you take the gene and turn it off? They teach us about the new viruses, the giant viruses that they've been discovering, and I wonder, can these be human pathogens? And that last one's actually what my paper is about. It's quite interesting. There's already a lot of literature on that.
You're not thinking about actually doing these experiments, are you?
What? No, I mean, come
Re-
on.
really?
All right, look, let's be honest. What I'm saying is not exactly the worst things that we can concoct using what we learned in By One.
I'm not sure if I told you, but my mother was a genetic engineer at Minnestonic Bio Company.
Yeah, I think I remember you mentioning that.
For as long as I can remember, she's had sleepless nights because of her work. Stem cell research, only the beginning. More and more do I hear talk about personally tailored medication, gene therapy, and things we can't even begin to imagine yet.
Species modification?
Sadly, yes. With the faster and faster than Moore's Law advancement of our genomic capabilities, it's only a matter of time, Juan Diego. And I believe lots of people take exception to such endeavors.
Can you blame them? Jesus, no, things are getting biblical.
Funny. But, even remaining secular, we're in for a doozy. I mean, imagine people's reactions when someone tries to genetically engineer a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Ubermensch.
It always comes down to that, doesn't it? I really thought that we got better than that.
No. But it gets even worse. Things are really messed up. The laws are almost contradictory. Get this. The real regulations are a mess, Juan Diego. Sure, the federal government puts some basic bioethics regulations to the FDA, human subject testing and all that. But if stem cell research fiasco has taught us anything, it's that lots of bioethics is still left up to the states. Heck, even most of the human cloning laws are written by the individual states themselves. Most of such research are determined by who gets the funding. Again, the federal government can enforce some muscle by determining who gets the money, but that sure as heck isn't going to stop private investments. The fact is that with human genetic engineering, we don't have a national policy.
I presume this is where international regulation should step in. This is a matter of international importance.
You see, that's where it gets tricky. All nations have sovereignty over themselves, and they're quite touchy about that. The Nuremberg Code, the Declaration of Helsinki, all of these international bioethic pacts are non-regulatory. The worst thing you can do is a stern finger wagging. Leaving aside human experimentation, there are no significant international statutes either.
Well, that's not good. So what the heck do we do now? I mean, things simply can't keep going like the way they are. If it's just funding that's stopping someone from going off the deep edge, then it's going to happen eventually.
Well, no, that's a question we do need to answer.